What's going on, everybody? It's the Crypto Hound here. We got a special guest today, a giant dog who is going to be breaking down the latest with us. Today we're going to be going over the 2024 presidents and their stance on cryptocurrency. Then we're going to move into the BRICS system and how all these nations are trying to come together and not use the US dollar. They want to use their own currency. All right, I know you're excited for our next segment here. The race to space and SpaceX and Elon Musk, how he's became such a leader in multiple different industries, and how his money handed down by his parents in the gem mine industry has flourished into sending rockets into space, making sustainable electric cars, still working on PayPal and Twitter. He's got a Neuralink thing where he wants to put chips in people's brains. There's a lot going on with Elon Musk, but hearing a successful story like this SpaceX NASA ship that went off and it was successful, it's bullish on NASA, space exploration in general for the United States. We've been really committed to space exploration. And what kind of competition do we have out there now, dog? Do you know?
Oh yeah, this actually, back to the BRICS are actually going crazy on the space. Everyone's pushing for it a lot. Space is definitely the new frontier for us to check out. You know, you'd think it'd be the oceans first, but it's definitely space, which seems to be the more.
Yeah. Now, what's the reason for that? Is it land, that all the land is being bought up and people just want more? Or is it resources or information that we're after? What do you think is the number one reason that people spend so much money to go see what's at a place that we can't live, or try to make it livable? There's like an excitement behind that, a realm of possibility, but we've all seen the movie Mars, and I would not want to be in a tent on the moon sleeping.
Yeah, no, it does not seem like that would be more comfortable than living here on Earth. But I think the big thing is us just as a species just needing really just more room to grow. Like if we stay on Earth, it's not us staying on Earth for another like million trillion years is not the way our species stays alive. It's a finite thing. Like yeah, in my lifetime, your lifetime, no one has to worry about it. But somewhere down the future, you know, we already know that there is an end, and if we don't make moves, it needs to happen. And really going into the water and the oceans, like yes, you're learning more about like the fish and like certain things, but you're not getting more resources. That is like what you actually, you know, usable stuff that we need. So it's definitely more.
Hear this out, J-Rod. Hear this out. Every day, 150,000 people.
Yeah.
Wow, but actually deaths are higher than population growth today. So we're actually losing people. That's sad. That's so sad.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's a double.
We're losing
What's that?
like 20,000 people a day. That's sad. Damn. Don't look that up. So that's got to be because it's harder to have a kid in these times right now. Not a lot of people our generation and younger, like our grandparents. Like I talk to a lot of people my age, and they're like, "Yeah, when'd your grandparents meet?" And I ask them the same thing, and it's like, "Oh, they met when they were like 12 years old. They got married in high school, started a family, had a kid like right after high school, college, whatever." And it's like, damn, like I'm behind on my life. I'm trying to, like, how are they so ready for all that stuff at such a young age? Blows my mind.
I feel like it's a lot of it's just like the cultural pressure, honestly.
Yeah,
is like,
it is.
you know, just it's cultural pressure plus like climate change turns us away from it. And like, I mean, it's really just what everyone tells you and what they make you think. Like everyone knows, like, or if you don't have a kid, you end up having so much extra money that you could have spent, like would have spent on the kid. Now you're not. so you could do like so many things, not wanting responsibility, not feeling, because before I feel like 100, 200 years ago, we felt as like a people that we need to reproduce like constantly,
Hmm.
and now is like we're seeing these other factors. It's like, oh, it, I want to call them like factors into like why we almost shouldn't reproduce, or we should slow it down,
Yeah,
or
expenses, like scared for the future, this whole wokeism thing, and do we want to have kids in a climate like this? Time out. What about the COVID thing in general? You know, people did
yeah,
get pregnant during COVID, but it kind of scares you, like, to be a parent during a time like that, and like the extra
sure.
precautions that your kids go through, and then also everyone becoming a germaphobe during COVID, and now your kid is running around with other kids, and everyone in your family's gonna get sick.
Yeah,
But anyway,
great.
there was another news article. This just happened a couple days ago, September 7th. India sent up this rover up to the moon, and they detected vibrations or possible earthquake on the moon.
That is very interesting because they don't, there's plates and the mantle, and they taught you all that in
Yeah.
grade school here. But now you think like the moon probably has the same stuff. I
True.
would imagine that they have tectonic plates on the moon that you know need to adjust because of tension on the because it's all fluid. Yes, it's all solid, but I mean, there's no that is true. It's like it's weird because earthquakes are all like formed almost by like volcanoes, really.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
Like
like, are
shifting or
there
tectonic plates. Yeah.
yeah, it's like where because like where one goes down and the other one goes above it, and then that the friction is what makes the earthquake. But then there needs to be some heat. There needs to be some energy making that movement happen.
And for our moon to be doing that, it's kind of scary. Cause don't stars become? Is the moon a star or a
No,
planet?
the moon is like it's the moons are crazy because moons are really just big asteroids.
Yeah. So will it turn into a dark? Oh, asteroids don't turn into a dark hole though, right?
No,
All right. So we're good. We're good. Stars do though, right?
stars eventually explode. Yeah, over time. And
Exactly.
that's the thing. I think India is also sending a
One to
new.
the sun. That's what I just pulled up here. They
Yeah,
sent
they're
it.
sending
When did they
to
send
the
it?
sun to watch it. Because the thing is with the solar flares, there
Ooh.
is a moment where the sun is very mysterious in what it does, and we kind of need to be on top of it and like knowing as a race what's going on. Definitely since we do so much with electronics these days, because if a specific solar flare pops, it could shut everything down for
Yep.
if not just days, weeks. And
100%.
I
So
don't
that's
even
we
I don't
need.
know
Keep going.
the extent of it, if like it breaks things or it just makes them like momentarily not usable.
The heat, short circuits, whatever, electrical transmissions in general. But we need to have better data collection of those flares, the frequencies, when it does spike, what's the change of frequency? You know what I mean? We need to start getting more data on that so we can try to come up with some futuristic outlook on how it'll change, like a global warming type thing. The water's getting warmer percent every year. We can forecast whatever, and then we could take precautions to try to mitigate it if there's anything we can do. I know our
Yeah.
ozone layer is the biggest part of it, that we have a weakening ozone layer because of all the carbon emissions, and those flares got to give off higher UV, and then that UV is getting through the ozone layer too.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't want to be on the beach in the summer
I was
when a
thinking the
solar
same
flare
thing.
rips me up.
And how would we know? We're like, let's go to the beach. Ah, it's too hot. Never mind.
I don't know. It's tough because like if a legit solar flare shot out at like the correct angle at Earth, because they've been shooting out constantly. There's not, like what are the chances on a massive ball that it's directly like pinpoint us?
Yeah,
But
but
like,
India is becoming a competitor to the United States,
oh
emerging as
yeah,
a space superpower.
yeah, they did something no one's ever done before with landing on the other side of the moon, which is big.
True.
And I want to say like they're going for this stuff like a little early compared to like SpaceX and Elon Musk, because he's been doing, it's more like they're doing stuff fresh and new, and he's doing just like grinding the stuff we kind of already know with like the landing rockets and like resource efficiency and like that stuff. Also, India said, what was it? I know they asked, like, it was um let's just say it's like the president of like their NASA or like their
Yeah.
science stuff. He's like, they were able to make this rocket like super cheap. Like what, like it was like
Nice.
it was, and then like Russia's rocket was like 2 to 3 times the money.
Probably with concrete bricks in it.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, how'd you do it so cheap? And he's just not giving away the answers. He's like, we can't tell you. Can't have everyone doing it this cheap.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Which is interesting because that means
Yeah.
they're still like fighting, really.
India's looking good. So on the whole space thing, it makes me think about kind of the recent interest that our population is into UFOs and aliens, and the consistent conversation that we like to have on what do you think? Do you believe? And asking the person at work or friends and family, and think, is it possible? Are there aliens out there? Could these photos be something else? Why'd they release them? Are we holding back more information that should be released to the public? What don't we know? And what could possibly be out there, dog?
Yeah, it's honestly just it's so much to take in with the aliens and the USO,
It really
because
is.
then we know enough where it's like we know they're not directly next to us. Like we should know. All right, so it brings me to this: is either there's super amount of like conspiracy and like the government's been hiding stuff from us on like a global scale, like ridiculous like uncovering that we're gonna have in the next 50 to 100 years about aliens.
Yeah.
But the thing, and also, is I don't know why they would do this without a reason. Like, why are these random people coming forward if there's just nothing? If that's real,
True. Is it a
you know?
distraction from something else? Are they just trying to fill our heads with the potential that it could be, and how that pulls people away from religion and faith too? Oh, if aliens exist, everything I've been told is a myth. What do you
Yeah,
think about that?
that's, I don't know. I still I believe in God, so it's like. But the thing is, I feel like the Bible and other religions too. It's like you can kind of use anything as like a metaphor, or like, oh, it says this, but it really means like something else, really, in a way to like make it piece together and kind of make sense. And like people need to just work on that for themselves, honestly, because or else
So
they'll just get crazy and not believe it.
there's probably something that's extracted from the Bible that is alien-like. I bet there's something in there, but not that I'm aware of going to Sunday school or whatever, that I picked up on anything that back then when Jesus was walking around and everyone, or even in recent past history, Romans, whatever, Vikings, like how much alien witnessing, is there any writings, journals, like has past generations also said they've witnessed stuff, and now we're finally like, oh yeah, they exist? Or are aliens now just into us and want to learn more about us? Maybe we've developed so far and now they're curious, like, have we found something? Maybe that's theirs. Are they more interested in something now?
Yeah, we as a species did go crazy in the last 100 years. I'm not gonna lie, like with our technology and doing a lot. So definitely, and you imagine like, okay, like aliens far away, they're spying on us. Maybe it takes them like a little more effort to some time to like see what we're doing, and now we're here. But again, that just leads to the government just like hiding crazy stuff from us. I mean, they're hiding something. Like surely there's something about it, the technology and stuff that they gave. If it's not aliens, it's finding other intelligent life that was here before us, potentially.
True. How other people have evolved and adapted, and hopefully the problem is we like to conquer everything, and you know what I mean? Look at some of this animal species that we live with now that are going extinct. Are aliens going to look at us as people who kill other animals and stuff like that? Or are they like, it would be really nice if the opportunity came that we partnered with them and that relationship was mutual and not one-sided, because now we're talking about the next world war and destruction, and we're probably
Yeah.
behind on whatever technology they got, if they could fly around in space so fast and do all that crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is the movement through space, or potentially what, like bioseeding other faraway planets.
Exactly. There was something too. I'm gonna leave it with this thought. You can come back to me or drop a comment if you know, but I'm pretty sure there is some like rare metal or chemical that's not on the periodic table that was founded in like big plots of land, and they marked like this farmland with like this crazy design on it. And like, how would any one human be able to like make that symbol? And underneath that symbol on that farmland was this rare chemical that hasn't really even been found yet. So are they searching for something, or have they found something that we didn't even know was here? And are they trying to tell us like, hey, we need this? Like, I think there's a lot of questions that aren't known, and because we know they exist and we haven't they haven't killed us yet, hopefully it's more mutual, you know?
Yeah, that is the thing. 'Cause if they were hostile, we'd be dead, and we would not have made it this far without a doubt. So we're either, what is it? We're either they're experimenting and just watching what we do, or
All right, last question. Last question.
it's too much.
If you saw an alien, what what language would it speak?
What language would it speak? That's tough. That's tough. I imagine.
Konnichiwa.
I don't know. It either knows all languages or it's telling me telepathically.
It's like, what language are you speaking? I'm speaking English. Like, it's syncing up to what we speak. Yeah, that'd be wild, but not something you want to dream about. There's better things in the economy to come on the horizon that we got to think and plan for. Make sure to check out a Giant Dog's page. He comes out with some hot gaming content. And jump in our Discord for more content and videos. We'll be on streaming around the blockchain with the BitBoy Crypto guys again on the 16th of September. So maybe see you guys there.